Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. This channel is for educational purposes, and we try to check out things that you may not know too much about, off the beaten path, suppressed information, um, sometimes enigmatic or esoteric stuff. Um, but this is a segment that we have called Your Blind Side, where I try to protect the backs, the six of the info warriors out there who may be a little bit carried away with their digging and can't come up to see the bigger picture. Um, yeah, so I've been talking about nuance and just, things are not black and white. There's always gray areas and they're not good and bad. That, and I think a lot of the patriot movement um, kind of reflects the liberals in kind of getting too carried away with left versus right or red versus blue or whatever, and kind of refuse to examine the truth as a result. I was talking about this in the context of revisionist history and then uh, the return back to the patriotic history. The fact that you can dismiss the revisionist history as being communist or propaganda, it doesn't mean that the patriotic history is true. You know, um, you kind of have to know both sides, and there's probably more than two sides. Um, but I kind of wanted to talk about this in the context of leadership again, and I think again the context of Democrats and Republicans. The Democrats think that we live in a democracy, and the Republicans think we live in a republic. The one thing that I do know about democracy, which I got from the historical research that I did, in graduate school. I wrote my dissertation on jazz musicians in Chicago, including this guy named Sun Ra, who was a band leader. And jazz is very much about leadership, you know. Um, and That's what he would always say, is that democracy discriminates against leaders. And so that in it of itself, makes me more kind of interested in republics, calling it a republic. And, the thing about leadership is that you have to make very difficult decisions. And um, you have to, you know, kind of throw yourself under the bus. And that is exactly what like liberals don't do. They love to point the finger, blame somebody else, you know, even after the fact. Oh, I could have, uh, been a leader and pointed this out earlier. But instead, I waited until there was a fiasco and then the smoke cleared. And then I threw the person under the bus after the fact, as if it was somebody else's fault. But I already saw the problem before, but I didn't want to say anything because, I'm not really a leader. And I knew that what I would say would be unpopular. And I think that is really like about the idea that democracy discriminates against leaders. Like, look at all these politicians out there. Doesn't matter whether they're on the right or the left. they none of them have any balls to make a difficult decision because they know it's going to be politically unpopular. And that's like the touchstone for them. That's the main thing. Well, I can't do anything that's politically unpopular. And so you have like literally generations of politicians that sit on their hands and, you know, kind of do nothing because doing something will be unpopular with a certain group of people. And, sometimes you have to make those decisions. And so that is, I think, a huge flaw in kind of the way that we perceive the system as going right now. And and it's just really a problem with kind of discourse that's out there, um, which had to do with uh, the commander in chief and how he actually has made a lot of very difficult decisions. And the his base, a lot of people that are in his base, um, uh, are just like, oh, I'm out. I'm I'm I've given up. uh I'm going to take my toys and go home. I'm going to have a little temper tantrum, you know. And I know that some of those things are psyops, and they're just intended to, um, kind of inflame and or awaken the people who are snoozing through this. Um, but some of it, I think, is real, and it's like, no, you know, if this person is supposed to be your leader, you got to give him a little bit of leeway. Like, um, you know, confront him uh, respectfully on his decisions if you don't like them, but don't just bail out. Bailing out is exactly what Democrats do. To the point where at this point, you know, they literally refuse to talk to you. Oh, I would never stoop so low as to even consider your ideas or even talk to you at all. And that has been really the dynamic that I think a lot of us have dealt with in our families and friends over the last 10 years. That, oh, well, I have you know, a formerly a close friend who now won't even talk to me, um, and goes out of their way to, isolate me and make sure that I know that I'm like, not in the cool kids club anymore or whatever it is. It's, it's just and we're coming up on our 250th birthday, and I think it shows in our immaturity, in our ability to kind of govern these situations. Um, yeah, so all I would say is that leadership requires you to make a lot of difficult decisions, and politics, democratic politics, requires you to not make those decisions. And so there's a tension there, or a contradiction there, or mutual exclusivity there that is really super detrimental and is contributing to a lot of toxicity. Um, you got to let your leader, or if you are the leader, and everybody who's a parent is a leader. You're the leader of the family or whatever, and sometimes you have to make decisions that your children, that make them cry or whatever, but you still have to make those decisions. It's the same kind of thing. I'm not comparing everybody to children, but it's the same kind of situation. And you have to respect that, the leader probably has better information than you do. They are making the decision based on a 40,000-foot view instead of the view from the ground. And, uh, especially when you have leaders who, like the commander in chief, who is willing to listen to you if it's presented properly, and willing to change their mind if they get better information. So, you know, um, I think that's again how you can tell the difference between a fake, MAGA and a real MAGA. The real MAGA will hang in there, and I don't agree with this decision for these reasons, but that doesn't mean I don't support you. It means that we need to talk about it, as opposed to the fake who is just like, oh, I'm out. I've had enough. That's it for me. Like I don't get my way, so I storm out. Okay. Like, share, subscribe, comment, contribute, and remember to watch your blind side. Thanks for tuning in today, and have a great day.